Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
The turquoise-browed Motmot, Eumomota superciliosa, is one of the most visually striking and culturally significant birds found in Central America. Beloved not only for its vibrant plumage and distinctive tail feathers, but also for its unique behaviors, vocalizations, and symbolic roles in human culture. Native to the dry and semi-arid regions stretching from southern Mexico through Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and into northwestern Costa Rica, this medium-sized bird thrives in open woodlands, tropical dry forests, scrublands, farmlands with scattered trees, and even near human settlements and gardens where perching sites and nesting substrates are available. With an overall body length of about 34 to 38 centimeters, 13 to 15 inches, including its iconic racket-shaped tail feathers, the turquoise-browed Motmot stands out as a dazzling creature with feathers shimmering in hues of turquoise, emerald green, sky blue, olive, and touches of rusty orange. Its back and wings are generally olive green to turquoise, while its belly appears more subdued, sometimes buff or greenish. But the most distinguishing feature is the brilliant turquoise stripe, or supercilium, which runs above each eye like a glowing eyebrow and gives the species its name. The eyes themselves are medium-sized, deep brown, and intelligent in expression, set within a black facial mask that adds sharp contrast to the otherwise colorful visage. The head, with its crown often brushed in a slight greenish tinge, is broad, with a strong and slightly down-curved black bill used for catching insects and for digging nesting burrows. The tail is perhaps the most iconic feature of this bird. The two central tail feathers are elongated, and their central shafts are bare for a portion near the tip due to natural loss of barbs, not grooming or damage, leaving behind a racket or paddle-shaped tip on each feather. These racket tips swing loosely and rhythmically when the bird moves its tail, especially during displays or when it is alert, creating a hypnotic pendulum motion that draws the eye. Interestingly, both male and female turquoise-browed Motmots have this tail structure, though in most cases the male's tails are slightly longer and used prominently in courtship or territorial displays, suggesting subtle sexual dimorphism. However, overall, both sexes look nearly identical in coloration and form, making it difficult to distinguish them without careful observation. The bird's strong feet are adapted more for perching than walking, and it spends much of its time sitting quietly on exposed perches such as tree branches, telephone wires, or fence posts, from where it scans its surroundings for prey. Motmots are sit-and-wait predators, relying on stillness and keen eyesight to detect movement below. Once prey is spotted, they dive quickly to the ground, seize the insect or small animal in their beak, and often return to a perch to beat the prey against a branch to kill it or remove inedible parts like wings or stingers. Their diet is omnivorous and diverse, including beetles, grasshoppers, crickets, caterpillars, ants, wasps, spiders, and occasionally small reptiles or amphibians, as well as soft fruits and berries when available. This mixed diet makes them important both as pest controllers and seed dispersers in their ecosystems. Motmots are generally solitary or seen in pairs, especially during the breeding season, and are known for their territorial behavior. Their calls are simple but distinct, often described as a repetitive, croaking wat-wat or mot-mot sound, a feature from which the name mot-mot is believed to be derived. These calls are more frequent at dawn or during mating season and serve both to communicate with mates and ward off rivals. During courtship, males may engage in tail-wagging displays and vocalizations to attract females, showing off the length and symmetry of their tail rackets. The breeding season typically occurs in the dry months from March to June, though this may vary slightly based on geography and climate conditions. Uniquely among many birds, turquoise-browed Motmots are burrow nesters. The pair jointly excavates a horizontal tunnel in an earthen bank, roadside cliff, or even a man-made wall. These burrows can reach depths of 1 to 3 meters, 3 to 10 feet, and end in a nesting chamber where the female lays a clutch of 3 to 6 small, white, spherical eggs. Both parents share incubation duties and, after hatching, feed the altricial chicks with a steady supply of insects and other soft-bodied prey. The chicks remain in the nest for several weeks until fledging and may stay with the parents for a short period afterward while learning to hunt and navigate the environment. The underground nature of the nest provides some protection against predators and environmental extremes, but can also be threatened by human activity, floods, or burrow predators like snakes or rodents. The typical lifespan of a turquoise-browed motmot in the wild is estimated to be around 8 to 10 years, though precise data is limited due to the difficulty of long-term monitoring in the wild. Despite being relatively common within their range and not considered globally threatened, habitat loss due to deforestation and development poses a long-term risk to their populations, especially where natural banks for nesting are scarce. Ecologically, these birds play an essential role as both predators and prey. They help control populations of insects and small animals, while also serving as a food source for larger predators such as hawks, owls, and tree-climbing mammals. Furthermore, their fruit consumption contributes to seed dispersal, making them important agents in tropical plant regeneration. Culturally, the turquoise-browed motmot holds a special place in the hearts of Central Americans. It is the national bird of both El Salvador and Nicaragua, where it is celebrated as a symbol of liberty, natural beauty, and national identity. Known locally as Toragos in El Salvador and Guardabarranco in Nicaragua, the latter meaning guardian of the ravine, it often appears in folklore, poetry, and visual art, sometimes believed to bring good fortune or act as a spiritual guide. Its presence near human dwellings is often considered a sign of ecological health and harmony. A few fascinating behavioral traits also elevate its interest among scientists and birdwatchers alike. The tail-wagging motion, for example, has been studied as a form of pursuit deterrent signaling, similar to behaviors observed in mammals like white-tailed deer or lizards, where the display warns predators that they've been spotted and that the prey is alert and not worth pursuing. This behavior may reduce actual chases and increase survival rates. Moreover, recent studies suggest that the length and symmetry of the tail rackets in males may serve as indicators of genetic fitness, playing a role in sexual selection. Interestingly, the barbless shafts of their tail feathers are not chewed or preened by the bird, as once assumed, but rather develop naturally due to weakness at specific points in the feather structure. Another intriguing fact is that motmots, including the turquoise-browed species, are part of the same evolutionary clade as kingfishers and bee-eaters, sharing similar foraging techniques such as the use of perches and aerial sallies to catch flying or crawling prey. Unlike some kingfishers, however, motmots do not typically dive into water, but prefer terrestrial or low-flying prey. Their adaptability to semi-open and human-altered landscapes has allowed them to persist even in areas of moderate urbanization, provided that nesting sites are available and food is abundant. However, excessive land development, pollution, and pesticide use can reduce insect populations and eliminate nesting banks, posing challenges to long-term population stability. Conservation efforts aimed at preserving dry forest habitats, protecting riverbanks, and promoting awareness about the importance of native species can help ensure the survival of this remarkable bird. Ecotourism also plays a positive role. Birdwatchers from around the world visit Central America specifically to see colorful species like the motmot, providing local communities with incentives to preserve natural habitats. Overall, the turquoise-browed motmot is not just an exquisite bird admired for its beauty, but also a complex and ecologically valuable species. Its combination of striking colors, unique behaviors, ecological roles, and cultural symbolism make it one of the most fascinating avian inhabitants of Central America. From the quiet, rhythmic swing of its racket tail to the sharp flash of turquoise above its eye, every aspect of this bird speaks to the rich evolutionary tapestry of the tropics and the intricate relationships that sustain biodiversity. Whether perched silently in a mango grove or darting through sunlit forest edges in pursuit of an insect, the turquoise-browed motmot remains a living gem, bridging the worlds of nature, science, and human culture in a way few birds can.